Ecclesiasticus chapter 39 and verse 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salts, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing.
All right, hey, Shalom, Yahabashim Rashab Brakatah. All right, so we're out here in the wilderness, okay, and one thing that in the scriptures say, is to be as pilgrims upon the earth. All right, so you got to prepare your mind, and you gotta set yourself up for success in that day. And so we're just gonna do like a quick little how-to video on how to to start up a fire in the time of need. If ever you need to just try to stay warm, or if you need to try to cook, or whatever the case may be. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, if you come take a look here in the fire ring. Okay, we just gathered a bundle of hay. Okay, just some hay, that some pine needle that you just see laying around. Okay. Secondly, I made like a little nest, almost like a little nest for like how a bird would do. Okay. And then thirdly, one key ingredient, and this is amongst many, but here is just a regular duct tape. And if you look closely enough, all I did was, you can see there's little strands, little threadings, okay? And what you do is you just peel them little by little, and you wrap them all together. And this here is one of the key ingredients to start up a fire, okay? So if you have this, hey, it's pretty good, okay? So with that, we're gonna move on to the next scene, and stay tuned. So the next thing you want to try to gather is dry wood. Okay, here you have dead dry wood, and what you want to do is you want to break it up. Okay, you want to break it up into smaller pieces. All right, here we have some California a California tree of some sort. I'm not too sure what it is, but we went out and cut a bit of it off. So it's tough work, but what you would need to do that is a saw or axe of some sort. Okay, all right, but if you don't have that, all right, it's no big deal. And Yahweh Shai is always going to provide, right? And then you got to have that mindset. In the scriptures it says, I'm slightly paraphrasing, but what is that? Proverbs 22, and you can quote it better than me, but like where it says, "A prudent man foreseeth
The evil and hideth himself.
So
yep.
A lot of these things, if you know the times that we're coming into, these are just some wise moves to make. Gather a couple bundles of wood, and you can get them at your local convenience store or farmer's market or gas station. Okay, and it doesn't even matter. All right,
you get them for around $5 to $8.
Yeah, anywhere from $5 to $8.
Yep.
Okay, and if you haven't noticed, in a lot of these stores, okay, they have them sitting out waiting. And through the spirit, I feel like the spirit is on people to especially the owners of these stores, man, is to put out wood in front of their stores. But people, they're not knowing the times that we're coming into or what's about to happen. So there's stockpiles of wood just sitting there. So take advantage of that time, Akim. Okay. So once again, we got the dry wood. Okay. We also here in our nest, we already have the bundle of duct tape. Okay. And then in the next scene, we're gonna go ahead and get it started and start adding the wood to the mix. All right, stay tuned. All right, so if you got a few matches laying around, you can use matches, or you could use a lighter, okay, or a blowtorch, whatever you have laying around in your house. Okay, keep all these things in like a small little bag. That way, in case all hell breaks loose, at least you have these things already stored, prepared, ready to go. Okay. Now, granted, we know through the scriptures, hey, we're not to put our faith, in things of this world. Ultimately we put our faith in Yahweh Shai. But it's not going off if you store up a few things. We're not hoarding or doomsday prepping or nothing like that. Okay. But if you have some of these just laying around, just keep them in like a little Ziploc bag and keep them nice and dry. Okay. All right, so the first thing you want to do, since we already got the duct tape going, okay, and you got the bundle of pine needle already laying around. I also have an extra small little pile over here that I'm gonna add on top of it, okay, to kind of get the fire going. So hey, Lord willing, this actually goes through, because we were struggling last night with this a little bit, but here we go. Okay, you can kind of see how it's starting to catch. All right, so now you got that going. You want to slowly start adding the dry wood and keep blowing on it to kind of keep it going, okay? And you just slowly but surely, slowly but surely adding this dry wood, okay? And because it's windy out here, the oxygen is gonna pick up, all right? And one thing that fire needs is fuel and oxygen, okay? Heat, fuel, and oxygen is what starts a fire, okay? So as long as you have those three components, you're good to go, okay? So we're just gonna keep adding it, and you want to try to do it in a pyramid form, you know, allowing it to breathe, okay? And then the higher it gets, the better, okay? And then once that gets going, we'll start to add the bigger logs, okay? All right, so hey, stay tuned until we can get this going. All right, hey, shalom. All right, hey, we back through the spirit. As you can see, you know, the fire is starting to catch on the little wood that we put down. Okay, so now that it's starting to heat up, all right, now is a good time to start adding the larger pieces of wood, okay? And you know, typically you wouldn't have this little railing here, okay, but because California, you know, they have laws and regulations, you can't build too big of a fire, okay? So we're just gonna use this to our advantage, all right? And we're just gonna sit here and we're just gonna prop it up on top of that, okay? Just prop it up, and then you know what? I'm gonna trade these out for this guy right here. I feel like this one's gonna burn a lot better. Don't do that. All right. All right, so you let that go for a little bit, okay? And then we'll come back, and then next thing you know, we by the next time you come back, we should have a fire going. All right, so until next time. All right, hey, shalom, we back. All right, so we had a little technical difficulty, but hey, you know, the water habashim yashai, we ended up getting it back going. But as you can see, the fire is going good now. All right, we added a couple logs, couple extra logs. So now you just want to build around it, right? So that is always a consuming fire going on, right? Okay. And then, you know, hey, and that pretty much does it, Akim. And this is how you just let that go, and just set it and forget about it, okay? The next thing you know, you're gonna have a fire, and you may or may not need this in the time of Jacob's trouble, but these are just some few little tips on how to build a fire. You know, a lot of our people, you know, neglect the simple things in life. You know what I'm saying? You know, primitive lifestyle, ancient lifestyles. You know, this is what our forefathers, this is what we did. Okay, so now that Yahweh Shemashah is bringing us back to our heritage, you know, and who we are, we need to revert back to those ways. Okay, so hey, Lord willing, this was a edifying video, and until next time, I'm gonna say shalom.
Shalom.